Cash avalanche, how much can you really deposit? Hook, midnight to 0:30. Ever dreamt of swimming in a Scrooge McDuck money bin? Maybe you've just had a yard sale for the ages, or finally sold that Beanie Baby collection from your childhood. Whatever the reason, you're now staring down a mountain of cash, and the question hits, how much can you shove into your bank account before eyebrows start raising? Context, the big fish, not the small fry. Now, most of us won't be waltzing in with suitcases full of bills. But even with smaller sums, that nagging voice in the back of your head might whisper, is this normal? Will the bank think I'm a criminal? Fear not, fellow cash crusaders. There's a difference between a harmless rain shower of dollars and a full-blown financial hurricane. Enter the hero, the Bank Secrecy Act, BSA. This isn't some top-secret government agency guarding the world's piggy banks. The BSA is a law, enacted way back in 1970, with a simple mission: fight crime by tracking large cash flows. Money laundering? Drug trafficking? The BSA wants to keep an eye on those activities, and that's where our magic number comes in, $10,000. The $10,000 threshold, friend or foe? Here's the deal. If you deposit more than $10,000 in cash, in a single transaction or over a series of smaller deposits that add up to $10,000 within a short period, the bank is required by law to file a Currency Transaction Report, CTR, with the feds. It's basically a paper trail saying, hey, this customer just deposited a chunk of change. Now, this doesn't mean you're automatically guilty of something. It's just a reporting mechanism. Beyond the threshold, when questions might arise. But let's be honest, a CTR does raise some flags. So, if you're constantly dropping off hefty wads of cash, especially if your account history doesn't reflect a lifestyle that generates that kind of income, expect some inquiries from the bank. They might ask about the source of the funds, just to cover their bases. Alternative routes, calming the cash flow. So, how can you avoid unnecessary attention? Here are a few tips. Break it down, deposit smaller amounts over time. Spread that $10,000 out over a few deposits. Embrace the check, large sums are often paid out by check. Deposit that sucker. No CTR needed. Wire transfer, moving money electronically is a clean and painless option. Talk to your bank. If you have a legitimate reason for a large cash deposit, be upfront with your banker. Explain the situation and they might be able to help navigate the process smoothly. Beyond cash, the digital age. Let's face it, most of us aren't dealing with mountains of cash anymore. The world is digital. Deposits, transfers, online transactions, it's all happening electronically. While there aren't necessarily set limits on these transactions, banks are still vigilant about suspicious activity. Large, unusual transfers could trigger a red flag, so again, communication is key. The FDIC, your safety net. Remember, even if you deposit a ton of cash, there's another factor to consider: FDIC insurance. In the unlikely event your bank goes belly up, the FDIC insures your deposits for up to $250,000 per depositor. Per insured bank, certain limitations apply. The takeaway: knowledge is power. So, there you have it. The world of cash deposits, demystified. Remember, the $10,000 threshold exists, but it's not an automatic red flag. Use your common sense, be aware of your bank's policies, and if you have any doubts, don't hesitate to talk to your banker.